Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to say, before we get into this video, shout out to you guys for showing so much love and support on the recent vlog, the first ever one I ever posted, where I went to the Suns game. Unfortunately, the Suns did take a pretty big L, which we are going to be discussing in today's video, so it is all time well, but I just wanted to say shout out to you guys for showing love, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the Phoenix Suns are on a pretty big 3-game losing streak right now, but just to set the tone and mood for this video so it's not pure negativity. The Suns were on a 4-game win streak before that. We got some big ones over the Cavaliers and the Bucks, and obviously they played the Bulls and the Raptors. But yeah, these past 3 games though, heavily offset, I think, what the Suns accomplished in those 4 games. Took a huge loss against the Boston Celtics. And a huge one in Minnesota, which was a tough one. And then to put the cherry on top, Suns go out by like 40-something points against the Houston Rockets. There's a lot of issues with this team. It's not just as of recent. Like, this has been known since the Suns started 8-1. There's a lot of things the Suns need to address this offseason. Obviously, Kevin Durant he's now out. We're probably not going to see him for a week. He's not going to be joining on the Suns road trip. And one thing I should add: this video is being recorded before the tip-off of the Bucks game tonight. So guess we'll see how that game goes. Maybe that will offset everything I say in this video, but probably not. I've been pretty unbiased, or I should say not unbiased, but I should say I've been pretty well in the middle about how I feel about this team, and just how I've been towards players. Because at the end of the day, it's just basketball. I mean, these are real people. But there's just some issues that, I mean, they're not hidden. Like, it's out there for everyone to see. We have too many one-dimensional players. I've said it a lot this year. Tyus Jones, we thought he was going to be a big splash. Like, that was going to be the move of free agency. Like, got him on a minimum contract. There was a reason for that. I'm seeing it now. I mean, obviously there wasn't a big market for Tyus Jones. And the whole point about bringing him to Phoenix was for him to show what he could do as a starting point guard on a good team. And then obviously we knew that Tyus Jones was probably going to be gone this offseason, because this was like a 1-year prove-it deal to up his value. If anything, I think it's decreased it. I don't think it's made it better. If Tyus Jones isn't able to catch and shoot in the fucking corner or the wing, you might as well not even play him. He doesn't provide playmaking. He doesn't. I mean, he has a little bit of a floater game, but if he has nothing going offensively, you might as well shut him down the whole night. And that's kind of the name of the game for the rest. Like, a lot of our players on our team, players like Royce O'Neal. You're either gonna have Royce O'Neal. He's a very streaky player. You're either gonna have Royce O'Neal that has a hot hand, he's gonna kill you from the wing on open threes, or he's gonna be a brick city. And I mean, Royce does provide a little bit on defense, I should say, but same thing with Grayson Allen. I think Grayson Allen's defense was overhyped. But yeah, once again, if you got nothing shooting wise, you might as well not even, like, we don't have a lot of two-way players on this team. And if you look at a lot of these top players, or the top teams in the West and the Eastern Conference, they have two-way players, like the Thunder, Celtics, Cavs. Like, these guys have a lot of young, athletic two-way players, and that's something that the Suns don't have. Another thing that these top contending teams have is size. We don't have that. I feel like we have one of the smallest center rotations in the NBA. We have one 7-foot guy. I think Mason Plumlee's shy of 7 foot. And Oso Ighodaro is like 6'10", 6'9". Now, I do think Oso, I mean, he's a younger dude yet. I think there's still a chance for him to grow yet. But outside of that, we don't have any size on this team. I mean, Colin Gillespie's been a very nice surprise. Um, this is more just a ramp type of video. I'm not really going in like a punctuated order. But Colin Gillespie's been nice. He's been a nice addition. A little sneaky dude on this team. He will probably get a roster spot. I think he gets a guaranteed deal. He's just been killing it with that game I went to in Minnesota. He was 9 for 11 from the field with like 22 points or something. Like, I think he had a double-double. Like, he killed it. He stepped up. But we just don't have like a true playmaking point guard. And that's what every NBA team needs. I mean, as much as the NBA is positionless basketball now, you need a point guard. You do. Like, if you look at these top teams, Celtics have Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday can do... He's two ways. He can play defense. He can play make. He can shoot. Look at the Thunder, Shea, MVP conversation. Look at the Cavs, Darius Garland. After having a couple down years and looking like a very overrated ass player, he stepped it up. The Suns don't have that. We have Tyus Jones, and then we do have Monte Morris, which I don't know why he doesn't play, considering the Suns are sub 500 and we should be trying anything. But we just don't have a lot of two-way players, guys that can do a lot of things. But then we have players that are playing out of their position, playing out of their skill sets, their strengths. We have a guy that's Devin fucking Booker. Excuse my language. Elite scorer, volume scorer, was in the MVP race at one point in his career. After the 2023 playoffs, where we saw Kevin Durant and Devin Booker play 8 regular season games, and then take the freaking defending Denver Nuggets champs to 6 games, or I should say, the team that went on to win the championship that year, we decided after that. I mean, the Suns had the blueprint that year. I'm serious, they did. You had Chris Paul, yeah. I mean, that whole topic's kind of something else. That's more of another video, but you saw what Book did in the playoffs. Michael Jordan type numbers. I mean, seriously, there's a graphic. Like, there's Devin Booker's numbers and then Michael Jordan's. You decided to make him a point guard. I get trading Chris Paul, which I'm at the time everybody was for it because, you know, the deal that we got looked immaculate. I mean, we got rid of Shamet and Chris Paul and like some second round picks for Bradley Beal. But the Suns should have went and got a point guard. If your whole plan was to make the elite volume scorer Devin Booker play point guard, which I'm not saying Book can't do it, I just don't think you're utilizing Book to the max, and that's why you're losing a lot of games too. Book, I'm not one to like speak on how a player thinks or his mindset is, because that's not really fair, and a lot of media people do that. They get a lot of criticism for it because you can't tell how another person thinks. But this is how I think Devin Booker thinks. He used to focus on making the right play. He can't be a fucking mid-range threat. He can't be a scorer. Like, he has to worry about getting the offense set and playmaking. Why? Why does he have to do that? Why are we making a guy named Devin Booker, one of the top scorers, one of the top young scorers in the NBA, play point guard, where you're making him force passes and to get other guys their shots opposed to himself? It's just not as aggressive. And it wouldn't be such a problem if we had guys that could consistently shoot. That's another thing. When you got, like I said, with Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, Tyus Jones should be playing point guard, but he has no gravity on offense. You might as well. I mean, he doesn't start. Like, Colin Gillespie's starting. If that doesn't say something to other NBA teams going into the free agency this summer, I wouldn't want Tyus Jones on my team. Undersized, can't play defense, can't play make really. But yeah, I mean, it's a tough topic. It's really confusing when you have all this talent on this team, but it's not NBA 2K where you can put a bunch of high rated overall players on a team and expect it to mesh well. You can't. And then another issue, just by I hate doing body language watch because a lot of people do this with Kevin Durant. Um, but I went to the game in Minnesota, like I said earlier in this video. I literally spent the whole third quarter looking at how this team interacts with each other and just kind of how their mentality is and body language. I pretty much did, some real hater shit. I analyzed what they were doing. And this might not be the correct synopsis for what I saw, but when this Suns team gets pressured and when things aren't going their way, when things get tough, I should say, this team kind of starts to fall back. The communication seems down a little bit. The energy, they just kind of seem like their backs are against the wall and there's no other options. Just seeing how Bradley Beal interacted with the team as well, there wasn't really a lot of interaction. I mean, here's a picture I'm going to throw up on the screen that I took in real time in that third quarter of Bradley Beal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of issues, and maybe I'm completely wrong too, because this is just based on what we see on TV. We're not in the locker room. I'm not at the media conferences. I'm not in there. I just take what I see and try to analyze it from my best point of view, which might not be right. Everybody has their own point of views and opinions on how things are going, but that's just kind of how the Suns are right now. I think the Suns are in the play-in currently right now, or they're in like the 11th seed spot. Hopefully we can just find a way to get into the play-in. I'm not even sure if Kevin Durant will come back this year. And you almost wonder if the Phoenix Suns will just shut it down. They'll shut Book, Beal, and KD down and say sayonara. Just kind of restart this offseason. Because clearly the equation that you have right now isn't working. You're not able to solve what you created. So I think it's time to switch things up. I'm not sure what that will look like. I'll probably talk about that in another video or podcast coming up. But yeah, man, the vibes are down. It's hard to watch as a fan. But hey, I love this team. If I can get through the dark ages where we were a lottery team every year, fighting for a top pick in the draft, I think I can get through trying to compete for a play-in spot. But sorry the vibes are down. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more incoming videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
It was Suns Worldwide. Hey, Suns Worldwide, thank you for gifting, bro. I also mess with your accounts, bro. I seen you on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that shit, bro. And thank you, bro.